Good day, all of you. In today's video, we will talk about troubleshooting GPO is not getting applied. There are always different root causes why this can be the case. Today, we will talk about one root case. In the upcoming weeks, I will upload other videos as well for the root causes, at least I do know. And we will go through how to troubleshoot. So what does that mean? Where to look for information to get closer to the root cause, then to interpret them, and finally create an action plan to remediate, to solve the root cause. Let's jump into my environment. Actually, it is a forest just having one root domain. Here you do see my domain controller, and I have as well a jump host server as a member server. Let's quickly look at the GPO. What we will today talk about, it is about the GPO create folder. And when we quickly look at the settings I'm applying here, it is just about to create a new folder with the name AD Hitman at the C drive in the root of the C drive. Nothing fancy, nothing specific here. Just create a folder. So let's jump. Oh yeah, and actually this GPO is linked to the OU servers. And inside this servers OU, let's have a quick look in Active Directory users and computers. Here on the left-hand side is the same OU. And my computer object from the jump host server is as well in this OU. So I would now expect when I go to my jump host server that once this GPU is getting applied, a new folder will be created on C inside this root level. So at the moment, when we click refresh, there is no AD Hitman folder. Let's open the command prompt. And then we execute a gp update slash, and because we know it is a computer setting and not a user setting, we can here use the parameter target and then colon computer. Press enter, and now what it's just doing is to actually execute a gp update for the computer settings. And here we see the computer policy update process has completed successfully. But what we do not see is that a folder AD Hetman got created here on C root. So now the troubleshooting starts, where we can look for information to solve the problem. One common thing is you use GP result. And again, because we know it is a computer settings, we can this time use slash scope colon computer. Something is not correct, so let me check. Oh yeah, the missing parameter R. And again. And now we run into another issue, access denied. So at this point in time, it is because when we look at the command prompt, there is a missing administrator, and that means I did not start the CMD in elevated context. And to get the information for the computer context, I need the elevated CMD prompt. So let's close it, right click, run as administrator. So one indicator that this is now the context of an elevated command prompt is in the title administrator colon. We do the same, gp result dash r, then slash, because it's the computer context, scope colon computer, and hit enter. There are many lines in the output. I will not dive into each line, just the lines what is for us giving the valuable information. And this is actually this part. Applied group policies. We just do see the default domain policy GPO is getting applied. But in the next line, we also see a section, the following GPUs were not applied because they were filtered out. And here we see our GPU create folder. So, and there is a reason for filtering, denied security. Super. I have no clue what that means. I can guess, assume, but these are just two words that it is getting denied somehow, and it somehow has the context security. So what we for sure could do, go to Google, search what is it, and you will find actually where to look for. But let's see what we can do with internal information without Googling. So to get from another source some information about why this GPU is not getting applied, we can also use GP result with the parameter h, and we will create this report on the C drive as, let's say, export GP result in the format HTML. Press enter, then it is generating the result. And when we look here, now we have the HTML document. Let's open it, and as well here we will just focus on the part which is giving us information about the denied GPUs. Here is our GPU, and here is the line reason denied. It is also not really a novel or a really good explanation here, but it gives us a bit more information. Now it's saying access denied in brackets security filtering. So now when we think of security filtering and put that in the context of a GPU, maybe the bells are ringing. So let's go to the domain controller, the GPMC. And when we click on the GPU, in the scope tab, here we go, security filtering. Yeah, that makes sense. So here is the matching. So without Googling, we could match it to this field. Now let's talk about it. Here it is authenticated users by default. This is the entry. So authenticated users includes authenticated users, but also authenticated computers. So this field in the GPU object reflects as well in delegation tab. Because in the delegation tab, we see as well authenticated users entry. And here in brackets, it is already also stating it is coming from the security filtering. There are 4 other default entries, as you can see here: domain admins, enterprise domain controllers, and system. But what we also see here, there is an additional custom permission made from an administrator. And this lets us think, okay, why? Let's look at the permissions of this computer object. It is actually our jump host server, and it states it has read permission, so that is okay. And when we go a bit more below, we do see a deny for apply group policy. And that's actually the root cause for this scenario. So there are use cases when you, in general, try to sort out an issue for a specific server, and you know for that server multiple GPUs are getting applied. And you may have an idea that a specific GPU is causing an issue for that member server. Then you could go into GPMC to the delegation tab, add the computer account, and deny that the GPU gets applied. Be careful with that method, because always think of what that means. When, for example, the GPU you are denying for test purposes also includes different other settings, those will also not get applied, and that might cause an impact. Always be careful. There are always pros and cons here. And in this scenario, it generated the root cause. So what we just do here is we remove this entry, go to OK, and now to verify that the folder gets created, we go back to our command prompt. We also gp update slash target colon computer. And we already know, even if it's not stating here successfully completed, but now the folder got created on the C drive. I hope this video will help you in your scenario when it is made exactly that root cause, which is shown in this video. I wish you a great day ahead. Your AD Hitman.